Despite having two movies that came out in September that were heralded as major box office successes when they really weren't, The Woman King and Don't Worry Darling, September ended up being one of the worst months ever in the history of cinema. Woke movies drive September box office to lowest in 25 years. That is absolutely dreadful for Hollywood, and I can only imagine the panic that is coming from all these different studios as they continue to see the woke business formula continue to fail for them time and time again. Woke movies drive September box office to lowest in 25 years. Now that is a headline that I absolutely love to see. Thanks to a slate of off-putting woke-tard movies, September's box office is the lowest since 1997. With just $275 million grossed in North America to date, this will be the first September since 1997 with a monthly total of less than $350 million. Holy guacamole. To date, the running total for September 2022 is 20% behind last year's pace and 52% behind the pace set this month in 2019. So all that makes sense. What happened? What went wrong? The lying entertainment media will tell you that there weren't enough releases in September. That's simply not true. By my count, nearly 40 feature films were released in September. 10 of those films were in wide release. So it's not that Hollywood isn't producing the product. Okay, but of course, those films that they actually produced in September were pretty much all terrible. I just wanted to point this out because I thought that this was absolutely fantastic. So, Marvel actor dumps over what crap Hollywood has become. You're making movies for 16-year-olds and China. And of course, that is partially true. So Anthony Mackie on why most movies today are trash. You're now making movies for 16-year-olds and China, and that's it.
Going to the movies used to be an experience. It used to be a family affair. It used to be an event. Whereas now, if people will go see movies just because they said it's going to be number one, and everybody know the movie's bad.
That reminds me a lot of Rings of Power. People don't actually care if it's good or not. They aren't actually focused on viewing quality products. They only care about the brand, and if the brand has if the crappy product has a certain brand attached to it, it doesn't matter how terrible it is. People will just eat it up.
You went to go see the Stallone movie. You went to go see the Schwarzenegger movie. Now you go see X-Men. So the evolution of the superhero has meant the death of the movie star.
And I think a big part to play into why the box office continues to fail is because, and what he says here is partially true, but it goes even deeper than that. The problem is that male heroes are continuing to be destroyed by Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't produce actual manly, masculine heroes anymore. That is not what they're in the business of. They are producing weak men, and they're producing women that despise men and want to become men. That is what Hollywood is continuing to be totally focused on, and that is why the box office is continuing to fail as more and more people are waking up to the nonsense of what Hollywood is pushing, and they are totally done with it.
And that's the fear now, because you're now making movies for 16-year-olds and China. And that's it.
And that is a problem, because we all know that China is a communist country, and they would love to see nothing more than to see America become a completely destroyed country. They would love to see that, and do you really want them to be dictating what kind of movies we are making? I don't think so.
You think of some of your favorite movies growing up, those movies wouldn't get made today.
Man, I love what Anthony Mackie is saying here, and I think that he is partially hitting the nail on the head, but I think it goes deeper, and a lot of people aren't realizing that a lot of this goes deeper than what people are even focused on. So with all that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. By the way, this is an older clip coming from Anthony Mackie, but it still is true and still is awesome to this day, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. So with all that being said, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.